Hello and welcome to week 6. For week 6, the first thing you're going to do is complete your reading assignment. This week for your reading assignment, you're going to read chapters 13 and 37. And then as always, there are some additional resources for you in PowerPoint form. This particular week, we're going to start moving into our last project of the semester. Remember, this is the only project that you're going to actually cite sources and embed those sources into the content of your paper. We'll move through that very systematically over the next 3 weeks. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to refresh our memory on MLA format. So you have an assignment this week where you're going to take a screenshot of a particular aspect of MLA format, and underneath it, in your own words, you're going to explain what you've seen, again, in your own words, and then you're going to let us know, or I guess me, because I'm the only one seeing it, you'll let me know where you found the example. I would highly suggest the Purdue OWL website. It's updated. It's always in the correct edition for MLA. And if you use APA and other classes, you'll find that to be true as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. But again, you'll take a screenshot, and underneath that screenshot, you're going to describe what you see in your own words, and you're going to tell me where you got that particular screenshot, and then you're going to submit it here by Wednesday this week. So you'll want to make sure, and this gives you the directions one more time, but you'll want to make sure that you get that done early this week. This is your project number 3 handout. For project number 3, you've got some time between turning in your draft and final copy, because again, we are going to go through a systematic process to embedding research. This is a great way to get ready for the next course in the sequence of composition or communications courses, whichever one you decide to take next. And you'll just want to keep in mind we have the same handout as before, in the same, I guess not handout format as before, 3 to 5 pages typed and double spaced. You're going to have a header and a heading. You've got an example of that in the narrative essay handout. For this, you've got some possible topics down here, but what I want you to keep in mind is this is an argument, so you're going to want to use your intro to get our interest, hook us. You want your thesis statement in there, and we're going to kind of do some work around that thesis statement and improve it over a couple of iterations. It's going to set the tone for the paper. You want to carefully consider your purpose and audience, and you want to think about those who oppose your position, because you want to include their views, and you want to either acknowledge some of them, but definitely refute the ones that need to be refuted. Body of your paper is going to present your evidence as well as your counter argument, what we just talked about with the opposition. You're going to think about refuting them, maybe accepting some of their views. You'll want to close in a way that convinces your reader that your position makes sense and is worth considering. And you'll want to, think about ways that you can leave them with an impression. You're going to, for this paper, be required to use a minimum of 2 outside sources, but all information must be carefully integrated and properly documented. And we're going to go through that as well in the next couple of weeks. These are some of your possible topics, but if you decide to do something else, please reach out to me to, make sure that that's an okay idea. Mainly, I want to make sure you can find research on it, especially in our Macomb library databases. I'll give you a chance to read through these, but you'll notice that they are related to our state, so that they give you a way to investigate something that's close to home. Now, remember, in the beginning of this semester, you watched a welcome video that talked about academic integrity. This has to be your original work. You cannot copy and paste from sources, and an improper citation can be misconstrued as plagiarism, so you want to be careful about that and ask questions if you have them. And you cannot use an AI generator to produce this paper. This needs to be your original work, because we're working on your writing this semester and improving it so that you can succeed in the classes to come in your college career. All right. So for discussion forum number 6, which is due on Friday this week. You're going to practice doing a counter argument. I want you to, look at, the comments in this link and decide whether juveniles should be punished as adults or not. So again, remember, a counter argument acknowledges those who disagree with you first, and then so you might start with something like some may say, and you're going to lay out. So, for example, if you think juveniles should be punished as adults, you're going to talk about the people who do not think they should be punished as adults first. So some may say that kids are kids and they make mistakes and they should have second chances and that kind of thing. And then when you transition to your side of the argument, often writers will use some kind of a transitional word like however, and then you route back to, maybe it's the heinous nature of the crimes or the premeditation or, the fact that they may not be able to be rehabilitated, and need to simply stay in a place that keeps them safe from other people in society. You'll decide that, but you're going to want to set up that counter argument. And then what you're going to do is post your paragraph and comment on 2 other classmates' paragraphs. And again, remember, this is a writing class, so it's not their viewpoint necessarily that you want to disagree with or agree with. It's more, how did they set up the counter argument? What can you advise or what can you applaud as you look through theirs? All right, so that is due. So you've got Wednesday, Friday. These 2 are due Sunday. What I want you to do for your topic and thesis, this is simply, you see the exact same, topics as we had on the project number 3 handout. You're going to submit a brief paragraph describing the issue and your position. So ultimately, my suggestion is to have a very rough draft of your introductory paragraph. That'll let your readers see what the issue is that you're covering, so they'll know which of these you're going to focus in on. And your position is your tentative thesis statement. I know this is a work in progress right now, but this is the stepwise kind of system we'll use so that your rough draft and final copy are the best that they can be. And we'll, keep in mind all of the pieces of this particular assignment. If you have questions about these assignments for week 6, feel free to reach out.